Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about taking the screenshots and downloading them in a pixel streaming application. So I'm going to use the third person template from the Unreal's templates. We don't need any C++. Everything is done in blueprints. So let's create the project and open it. There we go. So there are two methods to doing this. The first method is manually coding everything yourself, making all the blueprint nodes, and writing all the logic yourself. That is good if you want a custom implementation, you have some special functionality in mind. But if you just want a simple and easy to use way of taking the screenshots and downloading them to your PC when pixel streaming your application, I recommend using the E3DS features plugin from Fab Marketplace. So here is the link to it. You'll be able to find it in the description of this video as well. You can download it, or you can download it from the GitHub as well. You will also find the link to the GitHub in the description of this video. So first of all, what I'm going to do is that I will enable pixel streaming plugin. So let's search for pixel streaming, restart our engine. Oh, and before our engine actually starts, let's go and make a new folder, call it plugins, and paste our E3DS features plugin here. So if you have downloaded the plugin from GitHub, you will need to do this, create a new folder, call it plugins, place the files here. Here are all the files. Or if you have downloaded it from Fab, you will only need to enable it in the plugins menu in your Unreal Engine. So let's open it. There we go. So again, if you have downloaded from Fab, just search for E3DS features and you can just enable it here. And we have all the plugins. Now, let's go first for the plugin method because it takes only a few seconds to finish it up. I'm going to my content browser, click the gear icon, make sure the plugin content is enabled. Once it is enabled, on the left side, you will be able to see the plugins folder. Open it, go to E3DS features content, E3DS features, and drag and drop this BP E3DS PS actor into your level. This actor needs to be present in your level, so make sure it is placed in your level while you're in editor. Let's save our level, go back. Now, to actually do that work, I'm going to go to my character blueprint. In this case, it is in the third person blueprint and BP third person character. Let's add some keyboard shortcuts. So keyboard 1 and keyboard 2. One for this one will be for the plugin method, which is very simple. So to use this, I'll simply call this function called E3DS capture a screenshot. And that's it. We don't need to do anything else. The screenshot will be automatically captured and downloaded in your browser. Save it. Now, if you use that method, actually, let's put it right here so we can see it. If you use that method, you're good to go. No need to do anything else. If you want to manually code the capture a screenshot functionality, the steps are a little bit longer. First of all, you need to make sure that you are on a blueprint, which is an actor or a child class of actor. For example, it can be an actor, a pawn, a character, or a player controller. There are many more examples of children classes of an actor, but these are a few mostly used samples. So I'm going to add the pixel streaming input component. The reason that we have to use an actor or child of an actor is because we have to add this component. And for example, if you are on a widget class or a game mode class, you cannot add any components to it. Let's take this. We don't need this right now. Let's first start by actually taking the screenshots. To take a screenshot, you can execute a console command and the console command is shut. The specific player, we don't need to really specify it, but just to make sure that, you know, nothing unexpected happens, let's just get player controller. Of course, as I said, you can leave this empty, but this is the safest way. And let's just add a simple print string, call it SS done. And I change it to green so that we can actually see when the screenshot is taken. Compile and save. Let's actually run it. So now if I press the button 2 on my keyboard, the print screen is not happening. The reason for that is actually because of a small mistake that I made. When the screenshot is being taken, engine goes um, unresponsive for a fraction of a second, and that makes this to not actually execute. So let's put it before this happens. Now, if I press 2 button, yes, SS is done. So now we are taking screenshots. If you're in your engine, you can come to your in your editor. You can come to saved and screenshots, and if you come here, you'll see all the screenshots that were taken. But when you're pixel streaming, you don't have your engine anymore. So let's package our project and see what actually happens. I'm going to package the project, and I'll be right back after this is finished. Okay, the packaging is completed. Let's open our project folder. Uh, Here's our project folder. So our project name is SC sample. Let me open the same thing in a separate place here. So let's put them side by side. I'll use this to open my project, and so in this one to just see what is happening. So SC sample, and we're going to wait here. So you see there is binaries, content, and samples. There is no other folder. I'm going to make sure this window here stays on top and launch my project. Okay. Oh, just go wait. Okay, good. So now you see, as soon as the game runs for the first time, the saved folder is automatically created. Let me see if I can make this a little bit smaller so we can actually see what is happening. Now, if I go to my saved folder, there is no screenshots or images folder. There is a config and logs. Now I'm going to press the 2 button on my keyboard, and SS is done. Immediately a screenshots folder is created. And if I come here, Windows, you'll see that there is our screenshot. I'm going to repeat the process a few more times, press the key a few more times, and you'll see the screenshots keep showing up one by one. The print screen, of course, doesn't work really well when it comes to, when you are taking a screenshots. That's because of how internally Unreal works. Okay, now that we have finished our testing in a packaged project, let's get back here. We have captured our screenshots. Now we need to actually download them. If you're using the E3DS plugin and this function here, it will automatically also download the file for you as well. But if you want to do the manual method, you'll first need to find the file. So which is the file here. We need to find the correct file, the latest screenshot, and then download it. Let's start by actually finding the latest screenshot. So the location is saved directory, screenshots, Windows, and it is followed by this screenshot pattern here. So what we do is that 1 second after, we add a small 1 second delay because of those problems when the screenshot is actually being taken. We add a small delay. One thing that you need to pay attention to is the format of the numbers. So all the numbers have 5 digits. If it is number 1, we don't see something like a screenshot 1. We see the number that we actually see is screenshot 00001. So it has 5 digits always. So what we're going to do is that we'll add a for loop with break with start from 0 all the way to 99999. Now we need to get this file. To get the file, let's add a append node. Oh, not this append node, a string append node. There we go. So the location of the file is in our project saved directory, which is basically this folder here. Now screenshots. So we'll append the screenshots. Actually, we don't need this one because this directory already has a slash at the end of it. So screenshots, then Windows, and then slash. Let's copy this whole name here. There we go. But if we use this name here, it will only download this first file. So this number has to dynamically change. So what I do is that I delete this, just to stop here at the screenshot, leave this one empty, we'll dynamically change this, and just add a .png at the end of it. Now the point is to make the number here. We cannot convert this number from our for loop directly to a string. Just to show you what will happen, I'll just make a quick function, take a small delay, and just print. Simple. It should just print something, and the number that it should, the thing that it should print is a random integer between 0 and 99999. If I print this directly without any changes, you'll see that maybe I didn't choose a good number. Let's make that a little smaller, 999, so we can see the problem actually happening. There is the problem. So you see the numbers which are created are something like 300, 499. They do not have the leading zeros, the zeros before the number. So what you see, we don't have these zeros that you see here. We need to create these zeros. To do that, let's start by first taking the length of this number here. And then we add a select node. Don't add this one. Now let me just write it here. A normal select node, convert this to length. And we need, let's add 4 options. Return value. So we need to add the zeros before this. So let's add a append node, and we need to add the zeros before this. Move this a little bit forward. And actually, we're going to print the result of this, so that should be good. Good. So if the length of this value, this integer here is 0, of course it's going to be it's going to have 5 zeros. If it had the length of this integer is 1, which means, for example, it is a number like 2 or 5. So we need to add 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros before each one. 4 zeros. If it is a number like 12, we need to convert this to 1, 2, 3 zeros and 12. So 2 digits, and add it here. And the same continues all the way forward. And if it is 5 digits, we do not add anything else. So this is good enough. Now, if I run this one, you'll see that although the numbers are on themselves are smaller than 5 digits, but this conversion adds the zeros before them to make them 5 digits. Now we have the correct file name. So all we need to do is that we'll just connect this one here and this one here. And that should do the trick for us. Let's move these up. We don't need any of these things anymore. Now the number conversion is completed. Let's see how we can make it a little better. Yep, this looks pretty good. Okay, now we need to check the file which is latest. So the way it works is that when I check the numbers from 0 to 3 or from 0 to 99,999, we'll keep counting the files and check if the file exists. If the file 0 exists, then we'll check the next one. 1 exists, 2 exists, 3 exists, and then 4 which doesn't exist. When this happens, it means that the last one that we checked, which is number 3, was the latest screenshot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to check file exists. Let's go here, crunch. If the file exists, we don't need to do anything. We can make a temporary variable here. Let's call it temp. And let's put it as a string. And we set this temporary variable from here. So we know what was the last one that we checked. And that's it. If it didn't exist, let's do two things. First of all, we'll break our for loop so that it doesn't need to count anymore. And next, we're going to send a pixel streaming command. Again, if you want to make this part simpler, you can still use it as ready-made functions. We can just call it as transfer file from Unreal to user browser and feed this temp file to it. That's it. But of course, you don't need to use this if you're using this one here, because this one takes the screenshot and downloads it at the same time. But I'm just saying the processes where it can be optimized or made faster. Now the manual method, we're going to send pixel streaming response. The descriptor for it, let's add a pen node, is download a local file on user device and file to download. You can find this exact line in the description of the video. We will also have the documentation for it. If you have the E3DS features plugin, there is a demo map which shows exactly how it works. So we connect the file to download it is, let's name it the temp file path. Now that's better. So we connect this temp file path to it and we do this one. And we also need to close our JSON object. And that's it. It is finished. So you see, there is a lot of pros when it comes to using this small function. You can just use this one, or you can write all of these logic here to make sure that you can take a screenshot, find the file, and download it. So just to summarize everything, this part, taking a screenshot, this part here, find the screenshot file, and finally this last part, download a screenshot to browser. And all these three, again, are already included here. Okay, and the final step, now that we're done, I'm going to package the project one more time and show how it is done in the stream. Okay guys, I have finished packaging and uploading the game to Eco 3D Streaming. Now if I press the button, we'll see that SS is done and it will automatically download our file here. I have downloaded a couple of more ones before, continuing this recording just to test and make sure it is working. And here we go. The screenshot is automatically taken and downloaded in the user's browser. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next ones.